Okay, guys, so today we are taking a pause and we are going to just practice rounding. Then on Monday, we will go back to illustrative math and continue our unit, okay? Ariella?
It's going to be hard to see the numbers.
You just wait. Keston?
Are we just practicing on this the whole day?
We'll find out. Rounding. We're going to practice on rounding. Not for 2 hours. No, not for 2 hours. Okay. All right. So today we are practicing rounding. Okay. So right now I want you to put the lid on your marker. Make sure your board is erased. Lids on markers. Eyes on the board. All right. When we are rounding, remember we're always talking about place, right? So we have to understand what place each digit is in so that we can understand how to round. So we're going to start with just 2-digit numbers. Let's say I have the number 78. You can write that on your board, 78. And the teacher says round to the nearest 10. Okay. Sorry, I can't write words very well when I'm standing up with this thing, so I'm going to sit down. Okay. Round to the nearest 10. Is that something that we have heard before?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure have. So, here's what I want you to do with me. First of all, raise your hand. Which digit is in the tens place? Gage.
The 7.
The 7. So I want you to underline the 7. Then I want you to draw an arrow to the 8. And now what you're going to do is you're going to think, okay, is that 8 5 or greater? Or is it less than 5? Just say it. What is it?
Greater.
Greater. So that means you're going to add 1 to the digit you underlined. So 7 plus 1 is 8. Then everything else becomes a
0.
everything to the right. Okay, that's key. If we had other digits to the left of it, we would leave those alone. They don't become zeros. And we'll look at some examples. Okay, guys, this is the same as me saying to you, hey, 78. Is it closer to 70 or is it closer to 80? What would you say?
80.
80. So, yeah, sometimes we can do it in our head because it's pretty obvious. But we need to be able to show our work. This is one way of showing your work. What is another way to show your work? Because we struggled with this yesterday. What's another way to show your work? Keston, go for it.
Never mind.
Okay. Does this ring a bell? Hadley? A number line. You guys remember all the number line work we've done? Yeah, you could draw a number line, stick 78 on there, and clearly it is closer to 80, right? Okay. So we're going to do another one. All right. Now we're going to do a 3-digit number. Let's do 609. Everything on that board is on your marker board. Okay, this time we are going to round to the nearest 100. Which digit is in the hundreds place? We're rounding to the nearest 100, so which digit would it be? Terica? The 6. So you're going to underline the 6, draw your arrow to the right. It's a 0. Is it 5 or bigger?
No.
It's less than 5, isn't it? What happens if it's less than 5? Jace.
The number stays the same.
It just stays, right? Well, the 6 stays. These still become zeros. So this would be, it would round to 600. Okay? So to show your thinking, you would do this. Or, what's another way? Yep, Quinn's got it. Nice work. Could you draw a number line? And you could say, okay, here's 600, here's 700, well, 650s, here's 25, probably right about there. Clearly, it's closer to 600, right? Okay. All right. Erase your marker boards. We are going to do another one. This time, we are going to round to a 4-digit number, okay? So let's do, and let's round it to the thousands place. So everybody, what digit is in the thousands? Just say it. 3. I'm going to underline the 3. Draw my arrow to the 6. And I'm going to look at that 6. Is it 5 or bigger?
Bigger.
Yes. So I add 1. And so if I add 1 to 3, what do I get? 4. Then everything to the right becomes a 0. Okay. Jace.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If like we were doing like a test, and it was like about rounding, would you want us to like do this and then like do like a 1 plus 3?
This is how you would show all of your thinking. The other thing you could do is you could draw a number line. Okay. So
Like, do you have to like write the plus 1?
that would be a good idea. Yep, and that tells me that you're thinking about it. And then I can follow your train of thinking. Right now, if we're just jotting down answers and you're not correct, I have no idea how you got there. And then it's really hard for me to help you, you know. So, yeah. So you could also, you know, draw your number line, 3,000, which, guys, I was talking to 5th grade, and they said that their math unit has a lot of number lines too. So you guys will be ready. Yep, you could stick it. Don't forget your tick mark. Show me exactly where it's at. But you clearly you could see it's closer to 4,000. Okay, we're going to do a 5-digit number. Oh, that's not. All right. We are going to round to the 10,000s place. Yes.
I thought you would say
No. Oh, which digit is in the 10,000s place, everybody? 6. Okay. Draw your arrow to the digit on the right. We have a 2. Is it 5 or greater?
no.
No. So another way to show this is you might say plus 0. Instead of plus 1. And that means the 6 stays the same. Everything else becomes zeros. If I think about it logically, 62,039, it's closer to 60,000 than 70,000, right? Okay. And yeah, you could draw a number line. Okay. We're going to go one more digit. We'll do a 6-digit number.
Yeah.
And let's, all right. We're going to do a 6-digit number. We are going to do copy that number down. Raise your hand. Which digit is in the 100,000s place? Aubriella. Which 8? We have 2. The 8 that's in the hundred thousands place, Mrs. McElroy. The first one, very good. All right, underline that one. Draw your arrow to the right. It's a 7. If you think you add 1, put a 1 in the air. If you think you add 0, put a 0. I want to see what I see. Okay. Everybody has a 1, and you are correct because 7 is greater than 5. So we would add 1 to the 8. What is 8 plus 1?
9.
Then everything else becomes a 0. So that would round to 900,000. Okay, now we're going to get a little more difficult.
Yay.
We covered the basics. So we're going to take this number, 782,536, and I might want this one again, so I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay. All right, we are going to start with the tens place. So sometimes you have to round a number to the tens place. Which digit is in the tens place? Everybody say it.
3.
3. I underline my 3. Draw my arrow to the right.
What?
The 3 is in the tens place, right, guys? Okay. So it's a 6. Do I add 1 or add 0? Just say it. Add 1. So we're going to add 1 to that 3. So we know the 3 would become a 4, right? And then everything else is a 0 when you go to the right. What do we do over here to the left?
Keep it.
Keep it the same. So we have 782,540. We've rounded to the tens place. Good job. All right. So we're going to take that same number. This time, we are going, so we did the tens place. Let's do the thousands place. So underline that too. We're taking the same number. Draw your arrow to the right. It's a 5. 5 or bigger, we add 1, right? So I know that 2 becomes a 3. Everything to the right becomes a 0. Everything to the left stays the same. So 783,000. Okay, is that making sense? Okay, good. Good.
Yep.
Emma,
We do one by ourselves.
do you guys feel like you're ready?
Yes.
All right, we're going to do one by yourself. All right. I want you, copy this number down again, and then I will tell you which place to round it to.
This number?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I want you to round it to the 10,000s place. Round to the 10,000s place and hold it up when you're done. And if you don't have any work, I'm going to make you redo it. 10,000s place. Close. I got a number. Do you see what you did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're going to go over it real quick. I think most of us have the right idea. The 8 is in the 10,000s place. If you look to the right, it's a 2, so we would add nothing. The 8 stays the same. The 7 stays the same. Everything to the right becomes a 0.
0.
So 780,000. Okay, erase your marker boards. Okay, copy this number down again.
Just don't erase it.
Just copy it down. Okay, this time I want you to round it to the 100,000s place. I don't see any work. Not the hundreds, the 100,000. Okay, you should have underlined the 7, drawn an arrow to the right. It's an 8. That tells us to add 1. The 7 becomes an 8. Everything to the right becomes a 0. So that number would round to 800,000. One more. I want you to round this one, so copy this number down. Okay, I want you to round to the nearest 1,000. Look at it again. All right, so if I look to the right, it's a 6. Do I add 1 or add 0? Add 1. What is 4 plus 1? 5. That should be 1. Everything to the right is a
0.
Yep. All right. Yep. Okay. And that is how you round numbers.